In the currency markets today, the euro was a very interesting story. Starting out this morning with German industrial production figures. German industrial production registered its biggest annual decline in almost a decade, dropping 5.2%. Considering that Germany is predominantly a manufacturing economy and it's essentially the engine of the EU, this really prompts the European Central Bank, if they weren't already ready, to create some stimulus, whether it be in the form of rate cuts or quantitative easing again, or getting out of some of the programs to reduce their balance sheet. It certainly puts them on the spot to do so in the next meeting moving forward, which is about 10 days away or so. The dollar itself had a huge range. It was up on the day, but is still on pace for its worst week since about June 17th. So you really would have expected a big move in the euro, and we did not get that. The euro is actually decidedly stable. Despite all this news, it had a very small range, the smallest range in about 3 days. And when you looked at the overall volume in the euro futures, this was the lowest volume day for the month of August. You have to go all the way back to the end of July to find a day that had lower volume in the euro futures. So the euro kind of was the story by not having a price action story at all. It was an inside range from yesterday, doesn't really give us any sort of technical signal, but it tells you that the move we saw in yields in the German Bund, the subsequent move we saw in yields in the US Treasury, and then the huge volatile day we had in the US equity markets, preceded by moves in the European and Asian markets, didn't affect the euro much at all. The ECB's decision is probably already made.